how would you prepare your house for after your baby comes home or that kind of thing? Like, how would you prepare? What were things that maybe you did or you learned afterwards? Like, wow, that's such a good idea. I should have done that. One thing that I've learned, a huge one, is meal prepping, like making a bunch of stuff and having frozen meals and having things that you can just pop in the oven or the microwave or having stuff. Meal prep. You do not think about food until you're home and you're starving and your kid's starving and crying, and then it's very stressful. So what are other ways that you could do to make your house a little bit more, I guess, let's say easy transition from your kid coming in?
I think my big one would be just strip your house down. If you don't need it and your baby doesn't need it, no one living there needs it out and accessible, put it away, put it behind a door, in a shelf, somewhere, because you're like, it's just a baby, it's small, no worries. Pretty soon the baby will get bigger, and then you'll find out, and they will find everything that you did not organize or put away. And one of my biggest persistent gripes about being a parent was I'd have something, it was something I needed or something that was valuable or something that was essential, and the kid was at it, and I just grabbed it and I put it somewhere safe. The next day, do I remember what I did with it? No. The next month, no, I have no idea. I put it somewhere safe. It's gone. It's history. Until I had the energy to like go through everything to find out where I put it, I didn't know where it was. So organize and clean your house first so you don't end up chasing your own tail trying to find stuff. And the other thing I would say, this is probably not for everyone, is I got a lanyard and I put my keys on it. Now that we have proximity keys, I keep my key in my purse. But one of the things I did that caused me a lot of stress, I didn't do it very often, but boy, was I stressed when it happened. I would lose my house key or I would lose my car key when I was out with the kids. Because you got your hands full. You got your stuff, you got your kid, you got their stuff. Mm-hmm. And you're doing, every time you get in and out of the car, you're doing this multi-step process to get everyone out of the car and wherever you're going. And I would just put my key somewhere. And, most of the time I would find it. Sometimes I wouldn't. Sometimes I would not have any idea where my key was. I would be standing in the parking lot, swearing, going through all my pockets, looking under the car seat, looking for that key, and just freaking out. And it is like the worst, just low point of my day. And one time I found out, the side pockets in your car door. I don't know how the car key got there. I dropped it down there. It took me forever. It took me like 15 minutes to find it. In the winter, it's cold, horrible, and me just stressed out beyond belief. So yeah, always know where your keys are. Always have a place for your keys. Do not lose your keys ever.
I would say pack things, like if you can, because I know it's not always possible resource-wise, but pack things like a travel pack or a baggie full of wipes, 3 diapers, and a onesie, and then an extra shirt for you. Put it in a gallon Ziploc bag, throw it in your car. Just have one, because you might not always have those things, especially even if you have a diaper bag or a big purse that you're storing things in. If you use one of those things once and it's in your purse, you're not going to remember to pack another one. At least I never did. So having something in the car was so smart, because then even if I had forgotten it, I'm like, yeah, I've got one in the car. I'm good. Grab that gallon Ziploc bag. The other thing for me is at least I found this to be handy. If there are people who are insisting on coming over and bothering you and they want to hold the baby and they want to do something and be useful, that's where you get to outsource your laundry or the vacuuming. And they're the first people, they're always around. and they're going to be the ones pushing that vacuum around your house. I mean, for me, that was a huge thing. Oh, thank you. Here's the broom. I'm going to take the baby and we're going to go, whatever. But that was something that helped me because there were always people around. So that was something for me to do that freed me up. Ready to feed formula, always had an extra thing of it. And finding out if you have a specific brand of diaper, if you have a specific kind of wipe, and you know where it's sold, see if they deliver, see if you can get a subscribe and save, have like things like toilet paper, laundry detergent, any personal items, have them delivered on a regular basis so you're not running out of the house at dinner time because there's no toilet paper left in the house or there's no dish soap left in the house. It makes your shopping trips easier too, especially if you have to take your baby with you, that you're only getting things like groceries. Because when you start having to buy big things of laundry detergent and big things of diapers, and then you're trying to get your baby in the car and you're having to do this grocery trip where there's 20 things you're getting out of the cart, that gets more complicated. So make your life easier seeing what you can have sent to your house.
Get a lawyer, set up your last will and testament, your power of attorney, your healthcare proxy, your do not resuscitate order. Have the one guarantee that life makes is death. And I hate to be that guy because we all go into childbirth and having children with rose-colored glasses, and we all deserve to have rose-colored glasses. But I can't tell you just the amount of stress that was lifted off of me. I signed all of that stuff October 13th, and I went in at 5 a.m. October 15th to have Jack, and just having it done. Like I said before, allow yourself to surrender to the process. Allow yourself to just let it unfold in front of you. And I actually, for the first time, was at peace that because I was having a C-section, I knew statistically my baby was in phenomenal chances of safety. And so I knew everything was going to be fine for my child. And I knew I had done what I could to ensure that if something happened to me, they were still taken care of. Other than that, in your house, like Danielle said, food, like Marissa said, have like popsicle sticks in a cup of chores. And if somebody comes over and wants to hold the baby, be like, do a popsicle stick. Pick one. You're either going to wash my dishes, fold my laundry, switch my laundry over, wash my dog, wash my car. You're going to stock my diapers. You're going to fill my Perry bottles. Like, I got things for you to do. I just had a baby and now I'm going to feed the baby from my leaky boobs and you're going to handle stuff for me. Have a door pass thing. If you show up empty-handed, the door will not be open for you. We live in the world of COVID. Everybody is anticipating having to wait to meet your baby. Let's just establish this as like new standard protocol and use COVID shutdowns to like better childbirth for everybody. And from here on out, let's all commit to, if you come to my house without food, without a package of diapers, and without the ability to help me clean, you can just not come in. I'll have like in my dining room, which is where I normally change him on when we're downstairs, I have a couple diapers, a couple wipes, and a couple complete outfits. Up in my bedroom where his crib is, I have some jammies, some socks, some onesies. It's still cold, so I'm layering him at night. So everything that I need, I don't have like a full setup in every room, but a little bit of what I need so that as the day goes on, if I'm like, I used a onesie from there yesterday, I can replenish it, but there's more there in case I need it. Just accessibility and not having to think, because your brain is not very good at thinking when you have children, especially newborns. If you eliminate the things you have to think about, you're setting yourself up for like a lot more success.
One of the things that I learned actually from having mine was set up stations in your house changing stations, feeding stations, burping stations. Be prepared of like, you're not always going to want to run to that room or that room to do everything. And sometimes exactly what you're saying, blowouts happen, spit up is always happening. There's a lot of things happening, but also in your station of like, I have a glider and I always had like all this stuff situated. Like I had a boppy pillow and all the stuff for feeding. I had regs, I had burp regs. I had like all this stuff, like if diaper, anything, I was prepared. But also one of the big things is I always had a water bottle there because you got to stay hydrated. We always forget about taking care of ourselves. And I always had some type of snack, whether it was like a protein bar or a granola bar or something. Was always, I had like, there's little pockets on each side. So I would have like little things there because they're eating and I'm having a snack too, because it was one of those things that like, not only does it keep you awake, because sometimes you're doing it in the middle of the night and, but even in the daytime, you're still tired, you're exhausted. So sometimes you need that little pick me up. So that was what I had, like these little stations set up all around my house. Some had like little towels or something that I would like put down and change a diaper and have like extra clothes and stuff right there with little packs of wipes and all that. And that made it so much more convenient than like having to run across the house, or some people have to run upstairs or any of that stuff. It was just like everything was right there and I can kind of give myself that break. Like, that's what it felt like. It was that little piece of break. So it was just around. Not like that was my house for a while. Was everything was baby.
Long charging cord.
Oh yeah.
Charging cords or a power bank.
Exactly. And you know what I learned from other people, because it's kind of funny, but when I would have like feeding or I have like a break sometimes, because I go through streaks where I don't sleep very well. It's just part of my stuff from Gavin. So he'd be sleeping or he'd be feeding and there's all this I just need something to occupy. I play video games. And I've actually heard a lot of people, they listen to our channel when they're feeding their babies or their baby's taking a nap or, that kind of thing. So, it's like entertaining yourself and taking care of yourself also. But a huge, huge, huge thing, and I do like all the chore ideas and all the ideas of like getting people, is get help and ask for help. Like if you need a break, if you need someone to come over and you can take a 20-minute nap or whatever it is, get help. If you need someone to come over and cook you dinner or bring you dinner or something, like whatever that is that you need someone so you can take a shower for your sanity, because some of us do have that anxiety of like, okay, our kid's asleep, but I still can't take a shower because my kid's going to wake up as soon as I get in the shower. So have someone come over so they can sit with your little one so you can take a shower to take some time for yourself. Because I think especially those first few months we get lost. The house gets lost. Everybody just gets lost in taking care because their focus is like survival of this baby. And so you got to survive also. So it's like, just get help. Please get help. Take care of yourself physically, mentally, as much as you possibly can to survive those few months and then beyond. Get the help from there too. But I think a lot of us don't do that. And that makes such a difference. It's what I noticed. It made such a difference because I couldn't sleep. But when I had someone else that would be like, don't worry, I'll go get your little one for you. You take it easy. You know what? It was a lifesaver. I needed those moments because if not, I think I would have went insane. But because it's a lot doing it by yourself. So that's what I would say.
People enjoy being asked. People like to hold babies. I remember I was afraid that I was asking too much of my friend's daughter, who was 12. And I thought she will not want to hold this baby because I didn't want to hold babies when I was 12. Oh, she loved it. She thought it was awesome. And her mom was folding my laundry. She was taking care of my baby. And I got to take a shower and do my makeup and just I was sitting there crocheting and they're doing my stuff. But they were happy. They were excited. And it gave me someone to hang out with too. So that was pretty cool.
And I love that. We have the moms came over and they got all that time and they want to hold your baby and, they want to do all the grandma stuff kind of thing. So it is one of those, like, it is okay to ask for help. It's okay to get help. It's okay to ask for what you need too. Lots of people are going to offer, But if you don't tell them anything, like nobody's helping you. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you have to actually give them like what detail and what you actually need.